All right, let's go work for the council then. So first up of the mods for today is Old Shed. This is by A2OK, 1.67 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, no, not under sheds, actually under decorations and others. 600 to place down. There is no options. And we come up to it, and we've got doors that open like that. So obviously, I'll say it's a decorative thing, but you can still use it as a shed. So not quite sure why it's under decorations. I mean, it looks good. I mean, the texture work on the wood, that looks awesome. I mean, you're not going to get a massive amount of stuff in there. Maybe use it for some bales or pallets or like small equipment, small pieces of machinery. But the outside looks very nice. Right, next up is Cowshed with Garage. This is by Mr. Grutcher, 51.23 megabyte on the download. And as you can imagine, you're going to find it under cows. Now, it's going to cost you 60 grand to buy, and it's going to hold 12 cows. So it's one of those... Yeah, you're not going to do massive dairy farm shenanigans on this. But, you know, it's got a bit of storage whilst you're here as well. So in there, there's going to be your garage, very little workshop. I mean, there's no workshop trigger there, mind you. But, you know, I mean, let's see, what's this? I've got light switch. Oh, hatch marking areas. Gives you a little bit of a... There's a door up there. How do we get up there? Can we get up there? I mean, it doesn't look like it, but alright, fair enough. It's a little bit of a workshop shed on the go there. So we'll close that door. Just in case... No, there's nothing behind it, so that's alright. So your animal dialogue box is just here. So you got... There we are. 12 cows can go in. Open up the door like that. There we are. And inside is going to be a loading in point for your feed. And it looks like a loading in point for... Well, a taking out point for slurry just there. Alright, and we've got another little light switch just there. So if you know, if your cows don't like it in the dark, put the lights on for them. So we've got another hatch marking area there. Open the door. Which is up there. And we've got no way of getting up there. I mean, potentially you could, I don't know, use a telehandler, that sort of thing. You could have a storage, you know, like a hayloft, that sort of thing up top. We'll come over here. We've got this door as well. Man, that's loud. That is very loud. I mean, all these hatch marking areas, tell them where your stuff is, which is alright. So you've got your light switch just there. And we've got a little, what looks like a covered over pit. Alright, I mean, there's nothing there saying we can open it, mind you, but alright. Then got to open that door, which is the silo. Oh, interesting. Interesting indeed. Now that should mean... Man, these doors are well loud. That should mean then you're going to need some sort of conveyor belt to put your stuff up the top there. Obviously, you take it out here and then chuck it up the top there. I mean, is there a hatch on... Oh, that's the roller shutter door, isn't it? Another little storage area as well. So, yes, you are going to need like a screw conveyor, that sort of thing, to get it up there. And we've got another... What have we got here? Install conveyor belt. Oh, hold on a minute. Right, let's back up. Let's... Oh, that's the pipe for taking out. Alright, so you're going to need your own one for putting in. And then once you're ready to take the stuff out, you... Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. You've got your milk taking out point just there. Can we go through this door? Yes, we can. Inside here, it's going to be a few little offices. So what we've got... So you've got your milk tank just there. Spin it around. Can we go in this one? We've got a light switch. Oh, we can open that door. There you are. So a little bit of a... office-ish style. I mean, we got an old school computer there. The old CRT monitor on it. That's alright. So then we come in like that. We've got a little bit of a kitchen. A little bit of a sit-down area. Oh, that's alright. And we've got some pastries there ready to go. We'll do like a nice pastry. And we'll come around here. We open up that door. So it's going to be a little bit of a... Well, hang your coat. Got your welly boots there. A little bit of a storage area as well. I've got breaker box. That's not doing anything, mind you. That being said, that's interesting why they'd put the pipe that comes out. You can fold it out, but not one that you put the stuff in. Alright. Fair enough. Fair enough indeed. I mean, that's obviously your little seat, you know. Yeah, go for a little sit down in there, but I suppose, yeah, get yourself a little auger pipe, and this will be alright. Right, next up is Building Farm Set. This is by Rajot Play, 63.35 megabyte on the download. And you've got these 4 buildings. They're in different places. So first off, you've got the cow barn itself. That's going to cost you 60 grand. We then got the 2 sheds. So you've got the first one, which is going to be 20 grand just there. And then the open-ended sided one, that's going to cost you 10 grand just there. The last piece of this pack is going to be the vehicle workshop, which is going to cost you 27 grand just there. Now, obviously, we've got the cow barn first, so we'll come down here, we'll open up these doors like that. There we are, open up that one. I mean, the outside looks really nice. So you come in there, got a bit of storage area, so double doors on the go. I mean, you have got a door on the side as well if you wanted to. And you come in here, you've got your loading in point for your feed and your straw for your cows. And we've got the door at the end, so that means you can have a drive-through. That's alright indeed. We've got a little bit of a door at the back there, and there's a light switch just there, turn the lights on. In here is going to be a little office style workshop sort of thing. And obviously we've got these doors that open up on the side there as well. So once you get outside, animal dialogue box just there for you. So that's going to hold 40 cows. It's quite a small building for 40 cows, but alright, you can get 40 in there. Slowly taking out point. Oh, and we've got a... Oh, hold on, this, can we... Oh, you can open that door. There you are, so open that door. Let's get up, sir. Get up the stairs. Oh, no, I've missed. Come on. We can get up the stairs. I could sort of get up the ladder a little bit. Right. Let's take it a little bit more slowly. A little bit. Oh, I'm so close. Yes, I'm in. I'm in. Fair enough. Oh, we got this little door up here as well. We open up that one. So you could potentially use like a telehandler, that sort of thing. Put some bales up here. And I imagine that's going to drop straight into the feed and straw trigger through the hole. Jobs are good. Now, obviously, we've got a couple of sheds as well to go with it. So we've got this one. We'll open up that door like that. And we've got this door that opens up as well. There we are. So nice little area for you to store some stuff. Looks like they tried to plaster the wall and give up on it. This little tyre rack. I mean, old school tyres, mind you. They're very narrow. Not going to do much on the modern day tractor, but okay. We've got the open air one. I mean, that concrete texture. That is ace. Oh, I do like that. That is probably one of the best looking open-ended ones in the game. That's just awesome. I'm lost for words on that. I mean, like the beams underneath. It just looks brilliant. Oh, fair enough. And then we come to the workshop itself. So open up that door. And then once you're inside... Oh, it's had a bit of an accident. It's dropped a load of oil on the floor, but... Oh dear. So you got your workshop trigger just there. I mean, to be fair, this whole pack, that... Right, obviously, all the buildings look great. I mean, the texture in you got the dirty marks on the wall and just the brickwork itself. But those concrete pillars just look awesome. Right, next up is Big Renovated Cow Barn. This is by Mr. Grutcher, 38.49 megabyte on the download. And as you can imagine, it's going to be under cows. Now, it's going to cost you 150 grand. It's going to hold 150 cows. So we'll come over here. We've got our milk taking out point just there. And we've got a icon there. We can hide the milk cows if you wanted to. I suppose you could do. I'd leave them there. It just gives you a bit of an idea of where to get your milk from. So we'll come over here. We've got animal dialogue box. So that's going to do your 150 cows. We'll open up that door. Wow. I mean, I think did Mr. Rich do the earlier one? I think he did. That's very loud. Very loud indeed on the roller shutter doors. Maybe a little bit too loud. Okay, fair enough. So once you're inside, you've got 2 triggers here. So you've got turn the light on. Is that going to be the outside light? No. I mean, it looks like a light switch. Turn inside ones. And we've got another one just here. Where's that light turning on? I mean, it's here somewhere. But alright, okay, fair enough. We're coming here. We've got another little light switch for in your milking parlour just there. And we'll come down here. You got your loading in point for your feed and your straw. And we'll come out this end. I mean, another little light switch over there. We'll open up that door. Wow. Well, indeed. Come around here. You've got your slurry taking out point. We've got this bit here, which I think is interesting. Just come in here. It's like a little open air-ish. I mean, obviously, it's got a roof on it to keep the rain and the sun off your cows, but obviously, you've got these windows that are open. I mean, I'll say windows. It's just not got any glass in, but you know what I mean. Obviously, get a little bit of an air through. And we've got this here. Raise the net. Oh, that is ace. I do like that. You know, when it's chucking it down with rain, and you think your cows are getting a little bit wet. No, don't leave them out to the in all weathers. You know, you put the nets up. There's 2 of them. That's ace. Oh, I do like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, the doors are loud, but those nets are awesome. Right, next up is the Farmhouse Package Volume 2. This is by DMI 20mm Normandy, 19.1 megabyte on the download, and they're not where you expect them. So first one is going to be this one, which is actually under cows, because it's a cow barn, right? Fair enough. Second one is going to be under sheep, because it's a sheep pen. Now, you do have the option between the two. On the cow barn, you do have a colour option. Now, it's basically just the roof, mind you. So you've got the dark grey one, or you've got a more, what's it, burgundy? No, it's not burgundy. Terracotta. That's the version for it. Now, you do have the option to customise on all of these buildings the actual doors themselves. So if we zoom out a little, there we are. So we can click on that. We'll put the old usual on. Changes the doors and a little bit of panelling. All right, fair enough. Now, if you didn't fancy cow barn, as I said, we have got some sheep as well. So we go into there. Same sort of thing. You've got the darker roof. You've also got the terracotta roof as well. You can customise the doors if you wanted to, make it whatever colour you like. And then we'll come across and we've got 2 sheds. So if we scroll down a touch for these, because exactly the same thing as the previous 2, you can change the green into any colour you like. And then you've got an open-sided one as well. And then to finish it off, we've got this right in the middle. Now, if we go over to farmhouses, because it's a house, even though it's a park bench, there's your sleep trigger just there for you. Now, obviously, we've got our usual shenanigans on the go. So you've got your slurry taking out point, you've got your milk taking out point, and your cow loading in point. Animal dialogue box, that's a better way of putting it. Being said, oh, it's quite a small trigger for that one. All right, in there is going to be a loading in point for your feed and your straw. And then we'll come down here, and obviously we've got not a lot else because it's just a cow barn. But to be fair, I mean, to my 20mm Normandy, obviously in 22, just have a lot of these buildings, sort of like the Dutch style, that sort of thing. And then the shed, well, the sheep pen, sheep shed, obviously that's going to hold 15 sheep. So you've got your animal dialogue box there. You can open up the doors. You've got your food going in there. And we come around here. We open up this door like that. There we are. So inside here, I would imagine is going to be where your wall pallet's going to spawn, because around the rest of the building, there's no other entrances. So that's sort of takes it out of the equation. It's got to be there or nothing. So it's got to be in that building there. And obviously we had our sleep trigger on our park bench. So you got your sleep trigger, you got your wardrobe trigger just there. I like those wheels actually. They add a nice little touch to it. Then we've got our shed. So open up the doors like that. There we are. Once you're inside, obviously it's a shed. Store some stuff in there. No problem. If you didn't fancy the doors on it, you can go for the open-sided one. Entirely up to you. That being said, I mean, if you want to go for that sort of style, these are fitting nicely. And next up is Warehouse Shelter. This is by Black Tiger, 8.02 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under sheds. Now, it's going to cost you 175 grand, and you may be thinking that's quite expensive for what's basically just a roof on stilts. Wow. What costs that money is because it's going to hold 2,000 bale capacity. Oh dear. So you load your stuff into there. You then got your pallet spawn point. That being said, I haven't seen... Oh, yeah, it's down this end. It's going to be where you take your pallets out. I mean, 2,000 I mean, you can't say fairer than that. I mean, nice and simple, you know, just a roof on stilts, chuck your pallets underneath it, jobs are good in. Oh, why not? Right, next up is small biogas plant. This is by Barton on 3, 14.83 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find him, as you can imagine, under production chains. Now, got this one here, 170 grand to buy, and you got a smaller one which is only 80 grand to buy. Now they're going to do your usual shenanigans, so your chopped sugar beet, your slurry, your manure and your silage. So you got your taking out point of digestate just there, loading in point for your solid stuff just there, production chain menu just there. I'm going to spin it around here, and we should have somewhere a loading in point for your slurry. That's interesting. Doesn't seem to be an icon for the slurry going in. Alright, fair enough. So we'll have a little look at the little one as well. And that's the same. So you've got your taking out point, loading in point, production chain menu, nothing else. How peculiar. I mean, let's go into the menu there. So you got on there, so you got your manure, your silage, your slurry, and then your sugar beet cuts. Unless everything goes into that bunker. Potentially. I mean, that being said, they don't take up that much room. Bearing in mind they are BGAs, and some are massive. Yeah, you can fit that in nicely. Well, next up is the Tenwinkel David series. This is by Rick Black Label TWD Modding, 3.8 megabyte on the download. And as you can imagine, they're going to be found underweight. Now, the first one is the David 700. As the name would suggest, 700 kilo. It's going to cost you 831. You do have the option to change the colour. So if you've got the unlimited colour mod on, you go for it. Obviously, it's going to mount to a 3-point, so no problem. Now, if you need a little bit more weight than 700, well, they've got you covered. They've got the David 800. Well, that's going to be a little bit more expensive, 950 to buy. They've also got the David 1000, which, as you can imagine, is going to be 1000 kilo, 1187 to buy. And then you've got the 1100, as you can imagine, 1100 kilo. Now, all these have got the option to change the colour if you want to. And then the last one on the end is going to be the 1200, the 1.2 ton, 1,200 kilos, whatever you want to call it, 1,425 to buy. Change the colour if you like. I mean, to be fair, they've got you covered. With whatever weight you need, there's pretty much something in this pack for everybody. And next up is the Fliegl silage roller. This is by Greenstar 3876, 2.11 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under miscellaneous. Now, it's got a 2.8 metre working width, 3 mile an hour working speed, 7.5 grand, which to be fair, that's not bad actually. It's nice and cheap. Obviously, 2.8 metre working width, you are going to be doing some bunker shenanigans. So you're not going to want something too big. That being said, 2.8, I think that'd be right in a bunker. Get some silage compaction on the go. Yeah, very nice. Well, next up is the Manitou CBG 2450 MS. This is by 76 Max, 4.18 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under telehandler tools. Now, it's got a 2,500 litre capacity, 3,800 to buy. Then you have the attacher types. You have it as a Manitou, a telehandler, or a Manitou. All right, fair enough. Obviously, you pick whichever one you want. But that being said, I like that. That name in the middle, where it looks like it's cut out of the metal. That is ace. Right, next up is Skid Steer Tool Pack. This is by FS Miner, 3.77 megabyte on the download. And as you can imagine, they're going to be found under Skid Steer loaded tools. Now, first up, we've got the HD Shovel, 3,400 litre capacity, 1,400 price. You then got the design, teeth or lame. All right. It's like teeth. Oh, no, that's just not good. All right, well, I'm quite sure what they call it lame, mind you. But all right, fair enough. Yeah, I've got the option to change the main colour. That's going to be whatever you like. Now, if you didn't fancy a bucket like that, well, you could have this instead. The SB 1800, 550 litre capacity. Although that's going to do your silage stuff. Well, and some potatoes and sugar beet. All right, no problem. 1,200 to buy, and then you got the option to change the colour as well. But I think the best bit of the pack is this one. The old mower is going to mount on the front of your skid steer. Oh, why not? 5 horsepower. That's all it requires. That is all right indeed. 1.9 metre working width. So for your small farming shenanigans, 5 mile an hour working speed, 3,100 to buy. You do have the option to change the colour. So the main colour will be the main bits, and then the design colour will be everything else. Well, I should say everything else. The red bits down the side. Well, what's this on the front? Stay back 30 metres. Looks like it's going to be shooting grass out the front. Oh, fair enough. Right, next up is Fuel Barrel. This is by FS, 0.86 megabyte in the download, and you're going to find them under pallets. Now, first off is a 200 litre barrel. It's going to cost you 100, so what's that, 50 pence per litre? That's some cheap diesel, I must admit. You then got the option to have a pump on the top just for a bit of decoration, and then you can change the barrel to anything you like. Fair enough. Now, if you're thinking, I might need a bit more than 200 litres, well, they've got this one here. Well, I say a bit more. It's 200 litres on a pallet. So it just allows for a little bit more easiness of moving it around. So you've got the option of the pump on, and you can change the colour as well. Now, if you did want a bigger version, well, we've got this. 400 litres, so double barrel on a pallet. The same option with the pump and to change the colour. And this is only going to cost you 300. Indeed. Now, I will say, the pallet ones, no problem, you can move those on their own. But the single one, it's too heavy for you to lift it up. I mean, you can get it on some forks. And it's, yeah. You might just have to be a little bit careful with me. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, I can hop on the fork there. Yeah, just jimmy it around a little. That's how you move it about. Right, next up is Rear Agricultural Platform. This is by FS, 3.79 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under miscellaneous. Now, it's going to cost you 1,400 to buy, and it starts off as well. It's a flatbed. Let's face it. You can then change it and add a design one, which gives it a little bit of, some sidewalls. Design 2 is going to make it a full ball cart box, whatever you want to call it. Design 3, which is a little bit different, and then design 4, which is that's more like a wood log sort of thing, and then back to the original. And you do have the option to change the colour, and obviously does those bits. Hooks up to the 3-point tractor. Yeah, very nice. Right, next up is Lizard Car Tow Trailer. This is by Castown 18, 6.22 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under trailers. Now, it's going to cost you $6,000 to start with. You do have the optional extra of having a floor in the middle, so it puts that there like that. Now, obviously, to get it open, you need to do L, B, and A. It's going to put those bits out the back, and obviously you can bring a vehicle up, no problem. There's one thing though. Normally, you would have straps, potentially, to strap the vehicle down, and that's RB and right stick in if you're on Xbox like me. There doesn't seem to be any option to strap the vehicle down. I mean, I've had a little drive around and it does seem quite stable. I mean, it might be moving a touch. I mean, it does seem like it's sliding back a little. I mean, we'll go over a little bit of a bump here. Has that gone back any further? Oh, to be fair, I may have to take it back. I mean, that looks like it hasn't moved at all. Right, fair enough. Fair enough indeed. Right, next up is the Lizard Utili Trader. This is by Slow Chairs Modding, 9.46 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under low loaders. Now, first off, we've got Trailer 1, which is going to be the little one of the family. It's going to cost you $3,500 to buy, although we've got an optional extra colour of $1,000 there. That's a bit naughty. That's $5,000. So the cheapest one is that one then, even though it's an extra $1,000. So it's $4,500 to start with. Right, okay, fair enough. You do have the option to change the wheels itself, although I don't believe I've gone back to the same colour, but we'll carry on anyway. So you've got standard, you've got pickup 2, car, and then standard on the wheel design. Chassis colour, we can have anything you like. Let's face it, we'll go for green. Does that bit. The fenders is going to do, obviously, the fenders, there we are, and then the rim colour, as we've already seen. Now, if you think this is a little bit small, you've got something a little bit bigger you want to go and move. Well, we've got the Trailer 2, and it's got the same options as before. It's going to cost you $1,000 extra for the rim paint. Alright, so £7.5 to buy on this one. Now, there is no side bits on this, so this might make it a little bit easier if you're going to be using it for pallets. And if you think that's a bit too small as well, we got this one, Trailer 3. Now, this is a fairly decently sized one. Obviously, £9.5 because it's got the extra grand painted wheels, which they all are grand, mind you, but there we are. It does fit something fairly decently sized, and it's got it's got straps that hold the vehicle on. Now, if you do want to unfold any of them, you will need to do L, B, and right stick up and down like that. It's an alright trailer, that is. Next up is the Vicon PS 1004 1654. This is by No Name Modding, 2.28 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under fertilizer spreaders. Now, it starts off 3,450 to buy, 18 meter working width, 12 mile an hour working speed with 1,000 litre capacity. You can then change that from the PS 1004 up to the 1654, which gives it, as the name suggests, 1,650 litre capacity. And then back to the original one. You got design standard, support wheels that puts it on a little trolley on the bottom, spraying sheet. Alright, that's a little bit different, mind you. Wheels and spraying sheet, or back to standard. So go with that one, and then go with the 1654. That's the full ball. You've got plenty of money to be spending. I'd say plenty of money. It's still just over £4,000. That's not bad at all. Right, next up is the Meprozet PN-50. This is by JMZ, 9.94 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under slurry tankers. Now, it's got a 5,000 litre capacity, and I put my teeth in, 50 horsepower requirement from your tractor, 10 metre working width, and a 10 mile an hour working speed. It does start off with £8,000. No, we're not having the optional extras. That's what you get for your standard base £8,000. Why do modders do it? Just saying. This is what it is, and you can add extras to it. Right, fair enough. You do have the option of wheel brands, Trelleborg, BKT, Vredestein, and back to Trelleborg. You've got a couple of different versions on the go, although it's not saying anything different, but then we've got some decent tyres in there. Fenders, yes or no, so puts those over the wheels. Pipe, yes or no, puts the pipe all the way around the side, round the back, and then along the other side. Rear bumper, yes or no, puts that on there. And then decals, yes, without logo, only logo, nothing. Okay, so we've got yes, which is without the logo, only logo, which is yes as well, and then nothing, which is without. Okay, fair enough. Main colour, we'll go with a red. It's going to do those bits. You then got your pipe colour, which is obviously going to be your pipe. You then got your add-ons colour. So we'll go with something a little different. Go for pink like we normally do. There we are. Is that bit. And then obviously your rim colour is going to be your rims. That's an alright little sprayer, that is. Right, next up is the Madara Agro RollingBear. This is by Eid123, 5.39 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under rollers. Now, it's got an 80 horsepower requirement from your tractor, 6 metre working width, 9 mile an hour working speed for 9,300. You then got the option of soil roller, grass roller, or soil roller. So depending on what you're doing on your field, obviously you can change up. You then got your main colour, which is going to be the main frame. Then you got your other main colour, which is going to be your rollers. And you got your rim colour, which is obviously going to be your rims. That's alright, that is. Right, next up is the Hymach Energy. This is by SMI Modding Team, 10.72 megabyte on the download. And they're going to be found in 2 different places. And this it's kind of important that you know. So the first one is this one, the Energy Mulcher. Going to be found under mulchers, as you can well imagine. 120 horsepower requirement from tractor, 1.5 metre working width, and a 4 mile an hour working speed for 42.5 grand. You do have the option of yes or no, which is going to be white or orange. Now, the other option is going to be basically the same sort of stats, but it's going to be found under mowers. And it's kind of important you get the right one, because one's a mower and one's a mulcher. Now, I've got the mower attached to the back of my vehicle here. I had a little go of it earlier on. Obviously, this is the mower section. You know, you've got a bit of grass there, no problem. And this is the mulcher section. So it is just going to put the stuff straight back into the ground. So just bear that in mind If you're doing mulching, then great, no problem. If not, you know, you're going to want the mower. So you have to unfold it first. So we'll do LB&A. Kind of takes a while, I must admit. You know, go make yourself a cup of tea or something like that whilst it's unfolding. Come on, when we get there. Yeah, it's like a slow motion thing, isn't it? It's like re-watching a favourite match of your team that you've been watching. Oh yeah, and we're done. We're done. Right, we're ready. So you've now got quite a few different manoeuvres. So LB and right stick left and right moves it up and down. LB and right stick up and down moves it in and out like that. We then got LB and RB together and right stick up and down. It's going to tilt the head like that. And then RB and right stick left and right on the old telescope. And then RB and right stick up and down swings it around a little bit. So it stops there. Alright, fair enough. Now LB and X will turn it on. We're then going to come over and we're going to lower it down like, we're going to get it look like that. There we are. So we're going along like that, and it's not really doing anything, because what you want to do is LB and B. There you are. So it allows the head to look sort of like float there and just goes above the ground. You know, it sort of twists and wobbles and whatever, but then you're chopping your grass. As soon as you turn it off, stops doing it. Alright, fair enough. You need to lower the header down. No problem. I mean, to be fair, this is the sort of thing, you know, if you're doing your role play, you know, you got a contract with the local council, you got to trim the verges, that sort of thing. This will fit in with that, no problem. Right, next up is Cone. This is by FA, 0.13 megabyte on the download. And if we're carrying on from the last one, doing some job for the council, well, you can bury yourself off a little bit of space while you're at it. They're only going to cost you 50. Now, they as you can see, right, if you go into the menu, it drops down and then just falls over like every time. And then when you buy them, they're at the shop like that. But you can pick them up and then obviously, you know, maneuver around as best you can, that way. There we are. And then once you're done, lower it down. Great. Then what you can do is sort of bury off a little bit of space. You know, if you was using something like one of those mowers, you know, doing a little bit of tree shrubbery around the area, you know, just cone yourself off some space. Oh, fair enough. And the last mod for the day is the Lizard 44202 and 5557. This is by Serie, 49.87 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under trucks. Now, the first one, the 44202, is going to be old school. Well, to be fair, they're both old school, but this is going to be one for towing some semi-trailers, that sort of thing. 300 horsepower engine, 49 mile an hour top speed, and that, it just looks great. I mean, there's a program in the UK called Heartbeat, you know, back in the day, and this looks like it would fit in with that, no problem. 62 grand is sort of going to cost you. That's quite cheap. Then get the engine set up, so 300 horsepower. You can then go up to 600 horsepower with the cheat bit. I wonder if that cheats it like VW did with the MOT, but all right, we'll leave that one alone. You then got the option of wheel setups. There's a couple of different tread patterns on the go, and then, you know, you just cycle through whichever one you want. You then got your bumper option. So you've got type 1, type 2 with some lights, or type 1, and then you've got your main colour, which can be anything that you like. Now, if you're thinking, yeah, I don't want a fifth wheel on the back, I want a normal truck with a bit of a dumper on it. Well, they've got you covered with that as well. The 5557 AC, same setup as before. So you've got your engine, you can have it 300 or 600 horsepower, but with this one, you got the extension. So it starts off in this guise. You can then put it as the 1012, which gives it a longer wheelbase. And then you can do it again, and it gives you a bigger capacity on the back. So it starts off with 12,000 litre capacity. With the extensions, goes up to 16,600. All right, fair enough. You then got the same tyre options on the go as before, and then the same options as previously, but you have got the one extra colour option to change the back bit. Now, this does look good, I must admit. Sounds great, but what I think is particularly lacking in the game is the horns, especially on the base game stuff, because this... Oh, that's got a meaty horn on it. That is a old school truck, proper decent horn. Why not? We've also got a new map as well. So we've got Lipinki. This is by Hymach and Fairvey. I hope I pronounced that correctly. 196.09 megabyte on the download. And this is a small Polish map that is perfect for smaller equipment. Got a couple of updates as well. So we've got the Horizonte Mix Rev series by SMI Modding Team. Mixer and Fermenter by Grimlock RRC. And from the other day, we got Calmston Farm by Oxygen David, the Piaggio Ape by Miko Modding, and Modern Wooden Shed by Patty.